You're watching Reality Check. Tonight we return to a subject at which we had recently taken a closer look. A rising number of communal flare-ups in Madhya Pradesh as yatras ostensibly to collect donations for Ram Mandir clashed again and again with Muslims. While these clashes have triggered conflicting claims, Hindu groups claiming they were attacked and pelted with stones by Muslims and Muslims claiming they were provoked, the response of the state government has been largely one-sided, targeting mainly Muslims, even demolishing their homes as if in an act of revenge. Now, new videos have surfaced from Indore, which has witnessed one of the worst such clashes. New videos which only deepen perceptions of how the police has chosen to largely target those who themselves found themselves under attack. Anurag Dwari reports.
Chandankhedi village, tense but calm after violence erupted over 10 days ago. The trigger, a donation yatra for the Ram temple. We spoke to one of the young men who took part in the Ram rally. He says they were first attacked by the local Muslims in the village.
चंदा एकत्रित के लिए एक गांव से दूसरे गांव जाने के समय उनने पीछे से पथराव चालू कर दिया। सुनाला से थे, धर्माट से थे, ऐसे पीछे से लाठीचार्ज कर दिया हमारे भाई के ऊपर।
A version of events borne out by this video. Muslim youth can be seen beating a biker with lathis. This despite the presence of police. Muslim elders can be seen trying to control the youth. Muslims though claim that those taking out the yatra raised provocative slogans.
सदाम जी, आपके हाथ में भी टाके आए?
हाथ में तलवार लगी हुई है।
तलवार लगी थी। जो लोग थे उनको पहचान पाएंगे कि आप लोग जो लोग आए थे यहाँ पर गांव के थे या कहीं बाहर से आए?
ये कनवासा गांव के थे पास के, और दूसरे बाहर के भी आए हुए थे।
तो उन पर कुछ पथराव हुआ था क्या उधर?
जैसे उसका क्या, हमारा घर गांव से बाहर है, हमारे को उधर का मालूम नहीं रहता क्या हुआ था क्या नहीं हुआ। यहीं पे उन्होंने टारगेट किया इस घर को।
On the same day, a video showed Hindus atop the minaret of a local mosque.
Despite this, the government response came under criticism for being one-sided. 27 arrests have been made, all Muslims. 2 FIRs have been filed against unnamed Hindus for climbing the minaret, but no arrests have been made. The local authorities have also demolished 17 homes of Muslims, claiming they are illegal.
Now, a new cell phone video shows more evidence of the Hindu backlash against Muslims, for which the police has yet to take action. In the video, a large crowd of Hindus advances across a field towards the Muslim part of Chandankhedi village. Locals say these are men from other villages as well. The camera pans to show a house of a Muslim family under attack. Smoke rises from a fire just outside the house. A young man beaten with lathis. A man from the Muslim family's house rushes out with what appears to be crude weapons in his hand. The mob retreats. Then gunshots are heard. One of the Muslim youth appears to fall back. The police not visible except at the end as the camera pans to show a large gathering of police personnel. We visited the Muslim family's house seen in this video. It stands at the far end of the village.
This house in Chandankhedi was allegedly torched by the mobsters, house of Kadir Patel ji. This house was looted. A toddler was attacked allegedly, and the eyes of goats were gouged out by the mob who were part of a rally to fetch funds for the construction of Ram temple in Ayodhya.
Kadir Patel, the patriarch, says 5 of his sons were injured. One of them, he claims, received bullet wounds in his leg.
आपको सर पे चोट आई है?
सर पर।
आपका नाम?
अदिक।
कितने टाके आए आपको?
8-10 टाके माथे में, 8-10 पैर में, और ये हाथ में भी चोट है।
हाथ में भी चोट है।
Despite this new video, the police did not respond to why their actions are heavily against only one side.
में इसको क्या है, पूरे घटनाक्रम को एक समग्रता के रूप में देखना होगा हमको। जब रैली आती है तो लगभग सारी रैली निकल जाती है। अगर आप देखेंगे तो लास्ट में 3 मोटरसाइकिल हैं जहां पर फिर गांव की तरफ से पथराव शुरू हो जाता है।
गोली भी चली आखिर, ये गोली कहाँ से चली?
ये जो वीडियो है ये अभी थोड़ा सा अपूर्ण दिखता है। नाले के उस पार एक छत से, यहाँ बहुत सारे लोग थे जिनके पास में लाठी डंडे थे, वहां से 2 फायर हुए, जो पुलिस की मौजूदगी में 2 फायर हुए। तो हमारे द्वारा जिस घर से फायर हुए थे वहां 2 टीयर गैस सेल फेंके गए। जिस घर से फायर हुए थे वहां से हम लोगों ने 3 युवकों को जो छत पर चढ़े हुए थे उन लोगों को पकड़ा।
The police are now stationed all over the village, but the perception of bias are likely to stoke insecurity amongst the minorities.
Now the activists have also demanded an independent inquiry by a retired High Court judge into the incident and urge the state government and the governor to take a note. But you can see what actually has happened in this village in the name of fetching funds for Ram Temple in Ayodhya, in Chandankhedi village, with my colleague Rizwan Khan and Sameer Anurag Bari for NDTV.
All right, joining me tonight on the show, we have with us NC Asthana, former DGP of Kerala is with us. Aarti Jairath, senior journalist, is here. PKD Nambiar, political analyst, supports the BJP, is with us. And Shahran Farasat, advocate, Supreme Court. Now, NC Asthana, I was just reading a piece that you wrote where you spoke about increasingly this kind of targeting of the minority community, and you cited these Madhya Pradesh instances as well in a way to cite how the police get weaponized in this kind of communal environment. When you look at these instances of the spate of communal flare-ups in Madhya Pradesh, and more evidence emerging of how even if both sides were party to the violence, the police are only largely targeting one side. How do you see this? Is this the police now just acting of their own volition, or do you think it's likely that the political instructions are such that they just have to, in a sense, go soft on one side and target the other?
What you said, the second part of your statement, could probably be true, but obviously we cannot comment on that at this stage. What is confirmed is that the police is clearly guilty of dereliction of duty. I have, in that article which you are citing, I have cited the incident of Dorana village in Mandsaur district just about a week back. There was 100 strong contingent of police, and they did not do anything. 100 strong is more than a company's strength. A company's operational strength is just 76. They are more than a company's strength, and with this strength, you could handle any extent of crowd. Even 10,000 people can be handled. There is not a single rioter in this country who can stand in the face staring on a gun barrel. You have only to fire in the air to disperse them. You don't really have to kill them. I mean, such determined rioters are not to be found anywhere. And I would like to draw your attention, just recollect the incident in Firozabad district of UP in January 2020 during the anti-CAA agitation. You see, both sides will allege who threw the stone first. I mean, it's very difficult to ascertain. Only a judicial inquiry can ascertain it. But the fact remains, there is something called a false flag operation. This is a term used in intelligence, a false flag operation. In Firozabad also, it was alleged that there were people in the crowd itself. Police, along with the police, there were people in civils with their faces covered, and they had started the violence. One of them had fired also. Firozabad, if you remember, 6 people were eventually killed in police firing. So in all, you see, 100 policemen not doing anything. Either it is rank cowardice, and if the SP, there is a boy called Siddharth Chaudhary, if the SP says that they were caught unprepared, this is a gross failure of intelligence on the part of the entire state police setup.
Now, you know, PKD Nambiar, this is the whole point, that if you take this latest video, we'll just again play you some clips from those videos, that you've got a situation like in this particular clash in Indore, where you can see videos where you can see the Muslim youth, they are trying to, you know, hit lathis on this procession of the Ram Mandir Chanda collection. But you can also see the Hindu crowd attacking this Muslim family. You can see them climbing on top of the minaret. And yet you have, of 27 arrested in this case, all 27 are Muslim. Doesn't that further bolster this allegation that the state of Madhya Pradesh, the state, is acting in a very biased manner.
Srinivasan, I respect you as a senior most journalist in the country, but one thing I will tell you, why we always have this kind of a divisive thought process itself in the media when we discuss. We all know that in the history that Hindus are the people. I am not any violence, or if any government is not acting on a neutral way is absolutely condemnable. That is not acceptable.
Right.
But then the larger issue is our discourse in the media should be slightly more, always biased towards the minority community, and as if that most of the problem in this country is created by the Hindus generally.
No, but who's saying that? We're just talking about a specific instance.
Anywhere in this country, if you really
No,
look at
I'm
it,
saying tonight's show is on a specific instance, in a specific or a series of specific instances in a state. We just need a response to that. We don't have to go into a whole history here, no?
Vasu.
No one is saying that A community A or B is above the law, or only one side is always responsible, the other side is always the victim. We're talking in these recent instances, there is clear evidence emerging of the state acting in a partisan way, which, as you yourself said, is condemnable.
No, I am.
So why not just leave it at that?
Vasu, I am just telling. No. There is a fashion now attacking.
What's
Hindu,
the fashion?
I mean, like the way we are discussing it right now. This kind of a show was not happening when the large number of temples were getting destroyed in the state of Andhra Pradesh. I am not going. I would like to come back to the same incident, wherein, of course, I am not an authority to talk about a police action on a particular case.
Yeah.
But one thing is very clear: attacking on a Hindu system or a Hindu belief system, or attacking Hindus as a community, has become an easy way out.
You're talking about
today.
something
But
which
whereas
is
it
irrelevant
not
to
happening the other
today's
way
show.
around.
Who's attacking Hindus as a community? We're talking about a specific instance where it appears very clearly there's been violence on both sides. There's video evidence of that. The state is acting only in one direction. They're only arresting members of one community. They're demolishing the houses of only one community. They've passed a law. They've in fact gone as far as to pass a law which is seen very much as targeting one community. That's the problem, is it not?
Vasu,
Why you are the one who's creating divisive by saying, oh, look at it as from this lens or that lens. I'm saying look at the principle of it.
Vasu, come on. I think we none of us were born yesterday. But one thing I must tell you, all I am saying, if the government is passing a law, can it ever be in a country like India could be for one community? No. A law will be passed for the entire people of the state.
Okay.
What the law is, as far as if I remember, both the Home Minister and the Chief Minister has clearly said the law should be the people who are taking the law in their hand.
I see. You just said, okay, let me go to Shadhan Farasat. It's so interesting that you said we weren't born yesterday, and then you went on to say that it's very clear that the law has been passed.
I said you were not born yesterday.
Not born yesterday, and then you go on to say, rather naively yourself, that the law has been passed with a completely neutral perspective. But anyway, Shadhan Farasat will respond to that that the law...
Can there be a law in a country like India?
All right, Shadhan Farasat will respond to that. This law... Okay. All right.
Mocking Hinduism, Hindu people are becoming a fashion.
Oh God, nobody is doing that. Calm down. No.
Can I respond, please?
Okay, all right. Enough with the false grievance. Just a second, Shadhan Farasat. Yes.
Can I respond? I'll just compare. I think differential application of law is not something which is unique to the state of Madhya Pradesh. It has possibly happened even in United States recently when the Capitol Hill was attacked. And people compared that to Black Lives Movement in Washington in July, and how the police force acted then, and how the police force in the Capitol Hill allowed people to walk in, take photos.
Right.
So differential application of law, majoritarianism is not something unique to India.
Yes.
And just like my friend before was saying, maybe Donald Trump also says we are the real victims, the white people, etc. So I don't think it's really, whenever you point out a pattern, other side can always claim victimhood. I think we have to go by the facts. And if the facts clearly show that there is a differential application of law,
the pattern is on the other way around.
One second. Mr. Nambiar, you can't interrupt. Mr. Nambiar, no one interrupted you. You can't interrupt the others. Otherwise, we'll have to lower the mic, which I don't like to do. Yes, go ahead, Shadhan.
Yes. So I think the facts are, if there is a differential application of law, which your report has showed, I think that's seriously problematic. even if law is equal for all in terms of its bare text, its application can be differential. And on the ground, that can have very different impact. That's what your report says. And that has to be corrected not by the legislature, which has passed the law, because that law is supposed to apply equally to all, but the executive machinery which is applying it. And in our country, we know how the law is applied very often, and now, maybe not just in the case of MP right now, even otherwise it happens, even with other state governments, it is applied differentially. And that is something all of us must contest and fight. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
And nobody needs to get defensive about that.
Right. Aarti, the point which is surprising, and we talked about this the last time we done a show on these incidents, is that this is happening under Madhya Pradesh, under Shivraj Singh Chauhan's watch. Somebody this was not Shivraj Singh Chauhan's politics.
Not at all. Shivraj Singh
Chauhan
was in the Vajpayee mold, you remember?
Yes.
He's the only BJP chief minister who agreed to wear a skull cap at Eid, at an iftar party, at a time when Modi and all refused.
Yes.
So the fact that it's happening in Madhya Pradesh, in Shivraj Singh Chauhan's fourth term as chief minister, is really surprising. And I can only put it down to the internal politics of the BJP in Madhya Pradesh, where suddenly Shivraj Singh Chauhan is not the dominant figure that he used to be. There is a Jyotiraditya Scindia who's yapping at his heels. There is a Narendra Singh Tomar who's yapping at his heels. There is a Narendra Mishra who's yapping at his heels. And I think he's feeling very insecure. And now today, he has decided, he's taken a decisive turn to the right and is trying to, project himself as a Hindu mascot. And in the process,
the Yogi
turning
model.
a blind eye to the kind of, aggressive yatras that are being taken out. Now, I'm not trying to say that Hindus are bad and Muslims are always right. As, this gentleman, Mr. Nambiar, was trying to say that, we liberals are always defending the Muslims. That's not the point. The point is that in Shivraj Singh Chauhan's term, in Shivraj Singh Chauhan's Madhya Pradesh, to have this kind of disturbances can only mean that the administration is turning a blind eye to what is going on and is allowing the police to act in a biased manner, in a partisan manner, to serve political ends.
This is, as we said earlier, this is the import or the exportation of the Yogi model. This is pretty much the Yogi playbook. And we're seeing it now, unfortunately.
There is a huge competition going on now.
Yeah, unfortunately, state after state. But Mr. Asthana, I'll come back to you, Mr. Nambiar, just a second. Mr. Asthana, the question that we're trying to understand is that what is the solution to this? What could be one way of at least getting, forget the political executive, but at least the police force, the constabulary, to act in a less partisan, more independent, more neutral manner?
Good question. There is a very simple administrative solution to it, and in my cadre, Kerala Police, we have been adopting this practice even before I entered service. The simple thing is that, you see, even if 100 rallies are being taken out in a day, you can always depute 4 policemen to accompany each rally. That's not a problem at all. That's number one. And second, MP police is not poor. They can always afford videography of the procession. A vehicle can be deputed, or even people can carry it in their hands. And all the proceedings can be videographed. In fact, in Kerala Police, we introduced body cams also. If you don't have body cams right now, it doesn't matter. A regular videography would do. That would put to rest all such doubts and debates. That's not an issue at all. And if they are not doing it deliberately, it obviously shows that they do not want to do it. It's a lack of their will.
So in that case, can the courts step in? Can courts?
Yeah, courts can
try to intervene.
No, the very fact that whenever the integrity of a police force is in doubt, or whenever there is a serious dispute, who did it first? You should always have a video recording. For example, the courts had to order that postmortems must be videographed.
Yes.
Whenever police encounters have taken place, postmortem must be videographed. Yes. For the simple reason that the integrity of the doctors who were earlier doing postmortems in police encounters was very much in serious doubt. Postmortem reports were fudged. So the courts ordered, that was division bench judgment, 16 points were listed, that postmortem must be videographed. Similarly, all the processions can be videographed.
Okay.
And
So
in
that is-
fact, professionally, it's safer for the police also.
That's one step closer to the to try to ensure that there's less bias. But Mr. Nambiar, what do you make of that? That something like Madhya Pradesh, state which has not seen the kind of communal outbreaks for a long time. Shivraj Singh Chauhan has been a much more inclusive chief minister. What do you think is going on? Is it this competitive politics between the BJP, each trying to out Yogi Adityanath the other?
Srinivasan, I would rather say I would like to go back to what Aarti ji said.
Yeah.
That Shivraj Singh Chauhan has got a very secular phase amongst the BJP. That's what precisely she was trying to say, and he
Yes.
just wanted to. I mean, what is, if at all that is the case, where is the question of this biased law or biased practice within the state? There is no question of that. I think no government in India can do that. And I would like to go back to Mr. Asthana, what he said. He was praising about the Kerala police. I hail from Kerala. I was a student leader once upon a time. I don't think that is not the factual. You can come and paint a particular police force. We are the best. On the other side, you can say that, oh yes, that's a communal. It's a Yogi model. It's a Shivraj Singh model. There is nothing called as a Yogi model or a Shivraj Singh model. There is a model wherein people-friendly model should be there, and that is precisely the
No, but the
reason being
BJP
the government
itself
is there
says there
for
was
the
a
last
Gujarat
15 years.
model, there was
So
a
let's
Modi
not
model.
paint a government in such a way that it is a Hindu government. I think that is a series of an activities which is going on, saying that it is a Hindu government, Hindu model of development. What is this? I don't think that does exist. There is only one model of government, that is called as a development model, wherein every individual, whether it is a Hindu or a Muslim or a Christian,
No, these
should
are
be
all
treated equally.
So
I
you
don't
are
think
saying
is
that all no, hold on, just a second. You're saying that governments by default treat all sides as equal, but as the BJP, you're constantly attacking all state governments that where you're not in power as being biased. You say Mamata Banerjee is for the Muslims. You're saying in Jagan, you now bring out Jagan's Christian identity, saying in Jagan's Andhra Pradesh, Hindu temples are being demolished. So when it comes to the other side, there is bias. When it comes to your own government, there is no bias.
My question is,
how does that work, my friend?
That's
not how it
Andhra
works.
Pradesh that Hindu temples were attacked? Is it true or not? That's
No,
the
no,
only
I'm
question.
just saying,
tell me that.
you just contradicted your own argument. You just
No,
contradicted your own
I think you haven't heard me
argument by
fully.
saying that the government cannot be biased. You just said yourself that governments are
saying
biased
once
in
again,
Andhra
the
Pradesh
government
and
cannot be
in West
biased at
Bengal.
all.
So either governments are biased or not biased. Anyway, Shadan
I am
Farasat.
saying that no government should be biased anywhere in this country, and I would say that any responsible government or a chief minister
now you're
will
saying
never
no
be.
should be
But
biased.
what we
Yeah,
are
of course no
talking
government
about
should be
that
biased. Who can argue with that?
You should be ready to call whether it is a Muslim or a Hindu,
Okay.
a bad criminal
Yes,
activity
but-
should be called as that.
Right.
But why
these
are you bringing
these
it as
are
a Hindu and a Muslim?
these are broad
But the
generalities.
fashion- what all
But
I'm-
coming to the specifics.
Srinivasan, my argument is only this. That
Okay.
there is a fashion today that to
Okay,
call
okay, no,
the
we are not again going
community
into
as a bad
manufactured grievance. Quickly, Shadan Farasat.
No, it is
do you
not a
think,
manufactured, it is
Do you
the
think
truth.
that there
I
is
can
any
give you
scope
number
for
of
legal
facts, Srinivasan,
intervention
in the
here?
same show.
With all these videos
No,
emerging?
I just want to say one thing before the legal intervention. Let's see, Ayodhya judgment came. I think all parties accepted it. It was whatever, even people who were disappointed with it accepted it. I don't think we need another range, new bunch of controversies and problems, law and order issues. We have seen this country has gone through a lot from 1991, etc. On, a lot of violence has happened. The Supreme Court has given a decision which has been accepted by everybody, right or wrong. The people have been disappointed, but still accepted. We don't need another round. No, whoever wants to act further, please do it, but please do it in a manner so that we don't create more problems. That's point one. And if I would just say no. Common sense should prevail on people. That's point one. Second, if it doesn't happen and still we see these patterns, these are very worrying patterns. They worry me a lot. We still see them. Then of course one will have to seek intervention of constitutional courts, etc.
Okay, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Don't happen. But
Let's
I would
hope
just request everybody to apply common sense. An issue has been settled.
Yeah.
Move on, and then try and live together as a society with bonds.
But I can tell you,
which are
we're
beyond
completely out of
communities and
time.
religions.
We're completely out of time. I can tell you that these yatras now have started in Uttar Pradesh as well. I've seen videos of similar yatras. They've started in Uttar Pradesh, and let's fingers crossed that it doesn't turn into another Madhya Pradesh-like situation. Well, that's all the time we have. Thank you all so much for joining me on Reality Check. Thanks so much for watching. Good night.